go guys, we're here for another episode of our bet and career mode on FIFA 18. Starting today's episode off with a game in the FA Cup, the round of 16. Winning this game, if we do win this game, we can go into the quarterfinals. As you see, we've got a first beat Swansea, who have the striker in Bonnie, who scored his 3 in his last 3 games at the moment, so he's on form. And hopefully we'll be able to make a push on in this game. If we can get a quarter-final fixture out of this, it'll be absolutely unbelievable, really. To get into the last 8, it'll be brilliant. And let's see if we can actually do it in this match. As you see here, they come on an attack early on with Bonnie on the ball. He passes it out wide. It comes back to Bonnie though. They keep the ball somehow. They get into the box. It's a nice shot from Ayew. But Jordan Ayew puts the ball just wide of the post. And honestly, if that was on target, it was in the back of the net, because it was a very nice shot and Blackman was nowhere near it. If it was that bit further in, then it would have probably ended up in the back of the net. But luckily for us, it didn't actually end up in the back of the net, and it was still 0-0. And we come on to the next clip here as they come forward. The attempted pass gets put out for a corner, where they take the corner. It was a shot, but it gets deflected wide for another corner here. Wasn't exactly the best cross or best shot or anything anyway, but it does go out for another corner, and they keep the pressure up here as Andre Ayew steps up to take the corner and maybe supply his brother, and he whips the ball into the far post. It doesn't quite work. It does come out though. They keep the ball on the edge of the area where Burnley takes a shot, and it just goes wide of the post there. Very nice shot from Wilfred Bonny there. I thought that was going to be his 4th goal in 4 there, but he couldn't quite do it, and it keeps the scores at 0-0. But as you see here, Swansea on the ball. They lose the ball by us intercepting a pass. We go on a wonderful counter-attack here where Bent picks up the ball and smashes it into the bottom left corner to make it 1-0 to us. Literally, this was like our only attack of the game up until this point. So at this point, I thought, okay, well, I know what I've got to do now, and that's counter-attacks. And it worked absolutely perfectly there to go into the back of the net, open the defence up absolutely brilliantly there, and Bent puts it into the back of the net to make it 1-0. Absolutely brilliant from him. He played brilliant piece of play really from the whole team to get that counter attack going, and it worked out beautifully to put us in the lead here against this Premier League side in Swansea and in the FA Cup, and looking at this point like we're going through to the quarterfinals. But the start of the second half here, we come forward on an attack of our own here. Boyce picks up the ball. We knock the ball round a little bit here, and Boyce finds a gap in the defence and puts it in at the near post to make it 2-0 to Burton and 0 at this point to Swansea. And the way the game started, I thought I was going to get absolutely demolished in this game, but it didn't turn out that way. And we do take a 2-0 lead here against Swansea, and shortly at this point is going to, well, it very much looks like it's going to be a quarter-final draw for us in the FA Cup. And Boyce played very well up until now, and he deserved the goal that he got. And here they come forward on the ball, trying to get back into this game as Jordan Ayew passes the ball through to Wilfred Bonny, who gives it back to Ayew. A little bit of a just between them two there, but they take a shot way too early. It was a bit of a rash shot there from Andre Ayew, and it goes wide of the wide and over the bar as well. And we come on another attack here to try and cement it even more here as we get the ball inside, and Boyce takes a thunderous shot there, but it hits the post there and goes wide from that. It was an absolute belter of a shot. If it was on target, it was in the back of the net, but unluckily for us, it didn't actually end up that way. And they come on an attack straight after, take a shot, and somehow Buxton, I believe his name is, Burton, Buxton, one of the two, I can't remember what it actually is now, puts his body on the line and deflects it over for a corner. It doesn't actually come to out, but we do come on an attack here straight from their corner, a counter attack again, and Sordell once again coming off the bench, scoring the goal to ensure that we get through to the next round of the FA Cup. He did it in the last round of the round of 32. He did it in the last game, and he's done it once again, and in pretty much the exact same fashion as well. I've only just noticed it now that we're editing. I never actually realised how similar the goals were. It happened the exact same way, and it was like there was exact same goals. And when I was editing this, I thought that I was editing the last match that happened, but I realised that it was 3-0 instead of 2. So that means that we've won 2 games here in the FA Cup where they've been against Premier League sides, and we've beat them both. As Bonnie there takes a shot, Renato Sanchez even takes a shot, but it does get deflected wide and over by that man again. He was on form in this game, deflecting everything that came towards him. As you see, they have another corner. It gets a nice shot there from Mason, but unluckily for them, it does go wide of the post, and Mawson couldn't quite do it. It was very close to going in the back of the net, but not quite for them. Luckily for us, it does remain at 3-0, and that means we are in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Absolutely brilliant victory from us. A great piece of play, and like I said in that part, two games we've had in the FA Cup, both against Premier League opposition, and we've won them both. One of them 2-0, and this one 3. Sordell scored in both of those games, and I believe Bent scored in both of them as well. So hopefully they'll be very key players next season, because at this point it looks like we are going to be promoted. And hopefully it does end up that we go through in the next round of the FA Cup. You don't know where this is going to end now. We might end up actually being one of the teams in the final. It would be brilliant if we are. But we go into the second and final game of today's episode here against Barnsley. As you see the lead up to the game, see a couple of the stats that we've had for this season. As you see the lineups popping up here, Barnsley having a 4-4-2 pretty much, but we decided to change our team back after that last game. As like I said, I played like a weakened squad, but it wasn't weakened at the same time in this game, in the last game, and I decided to give a few players rest, and I gave a few players rest in this game as well, where we brought Flanagan on instead of McCroy and stuff like that. It wasn't massive changes and loads of changes, but there were a few in there. As you see, they come on the first attack of the game, putting the shot well over the bar. They kind of rushed that, to be honest. There was a massive gap in the defence that they could have easily picked out and probably scored from. But they didn't choose to do so, and we come on the attack here where we split the defence, and Akins with a wonderful finish there. It was a brilliant piece of play by the two players to split the defence with that nice pass there, and for a wonderful finish, calm and collected from Akins, in showing himself, even though I am going to be leaving at the end of the season, this is why you should still be playing me up until then, and I am still going to keep playing as much as possible and to the best of my ability at this point. As you see, he does put it very nicely. I love them kind of finishes, first touch finishes that are like curved into the bottom corner. I love them kind of finishes. And he now makes it into double figures for goals this season as well. That means 3 of all of, I can't remember how many strikers we actually have. I think it's 3 out of the 4 strikers we have who are now in double figures for this season, which is unbelievable, really. As you see, we have another shot here. Tom Hopper there, putting the shot wide, putting his header wide there. Unluckily for us, it doesn't go in the back of the net. It would have been a nice finish, but couldn't quite do it. But going into half-time here, we have one last attack coming forward. Tom Hopper again, being that main man, passing the ball around and making space as he gives it out to Samuelson. who cuts back, feeds it into Akins. The first attempt gets saved, but the second one does get turned in by Akins. It was a nice header. The keeper did very well to get to it in that bottom corner, but there was no chance he was going to be saving that second shot after it had landed straight back at Akins' feet. There was no way the keeper was getting to that one. For the fact that he was just getting up, there was no chance that the keeper was going to make a double save there. And Akins makes sure of it by absolutely smashing the shot into the back of the net there. He didn't want to take no risks. And he's at this point showing Hopper exactly what he's made to do and why he should be in the squad instead of Hopper at this point. Because I believe they're on the same amount of goals now, 11 apiece at this point. But Hopper's done it in half the time. But they do come on an attack of their own there. Got very lucky there where Bradshaw hits the post and then gets it turned over the bar. We get very lucky there. Blackman couldn't quite make the save. And it goes and hits the post. But they do get a corner out of it as we clear the ball again. And Akins charges down his man and he's left free. Has to run half of the pitch to get through onto goal. He was clean through on goal and smashes the ball in the back of the net to ensure his hat-trick, get 3 goals in this game and 3 goals for the team, which means we are in the lead now by 3 goals. Akins with a hat-trick. Absolutely unbelievable play from him in this game. He turned it on in this game to really prove a point, I think, as he takes a wonderful shot there. Fires it past the keeper, and there was no chance of him ever missing that chance after he'd stole the ball off the player and he just was clear on goal. There was no chance of anyone catching up to him and pretty much no chance of the keeper saving that, and that does make it 3-0. As we come on to their attack just after that, they come forward trying to make that space, trying to get into the box again. As they pass the ball around the edge of the area, I'll take a shot, but it just goes wide from Moore there. Luckily for us, they don't get a goal back into it because you know how I am with conceding goals and the fact that I can never normally just concede the one. I have to concede about 3 or 4 after that. It's absolutely dreadful, but it does mean that we are still 3-0 up going into the final minutes of the game, where Jordan Wills picks the ball up on that left-hand side, crosses the ball across the box, but it does get headed over the bar from Tom Hopper. And he really wasn't on the... I wouldn't say he's not on his pinpoint game. He wasn't goal scoring. He wasn't in his goal scoring game this time. He was more in the fact of the build-up play in this match, and he played very well. But as you see here, that is how the game finished. It was a hat-trick for Akins, absolutely brilliant play, and that means that we do actually moving on further up the table, well, further points across in the league, and it's a brilliant game to play against Barnsley that well, played brilliantly, and that is the end of today's episode, guys. So thank you for watching. If you did enjoy them, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.